Okay, so there is a pathway that is present in the cytosol, and this pathway ensures the production of ATP. Okay, there is a pathway that ensures the production of ATP in the cell, because in the cell the molecules, the electrons are going to move in a step by step manner. As the electrons are going to move in a step by step manner, so at every step these electrons are going to lose their energy. When these electrons are going to lose their energy, they will reach a state of minimum energy. And when they will reach a state of minimum energy, and there at this stage the electrons will become completely stabilized. Okay, here at this stage the electrons will become completely stabilized after losing all the entire amount of energy that is present within these electrons. Okay, तो जितनी भी एनर्जी है, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एक ना एक स्टेज के बाद में अपनी एनर्जी खोते चले जाएंगे, और एनर्जी जैसे जैसे लॉस्ट होती चली जाएगी वैसे ही इलेक्ट्रॉन्स क्या हो जाएंगे, फाइनल इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्सेप्टर ऑक्सीजन के पास में चले जाएंगे. ऑक्सीजन विल एक्ट एज द फाइनल इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्सेप्टर, एंड एट ईच स्टेप these electrons are losing their energy. They are producing a molecule of ATP. Okay, they would be producing the molecule of this adenosine triphosphate. Okay, so this ATP molecule will be produced. So this is referred to as the electron transport system. This system operates in the inner membrane of the mitochondria. It occurs, where is this site? The site for this system is present in the inner matrix, inner membrane of the mitochondria. Inner mitochondrial membrane. Inner mitochondrial membrane. Okay, it is present at inner mitochondrial membrane. Okay, where this particular system takes place. Now how does this particular system takes place, which are the reactions which are being involved in this particular system, that we will have to pay attention. हमें देखना होगा कि ये इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम किस तरीके से होगा, कौन कौन सी रिएक्शंस इन्वॉल्व होती हैं, which are the different types of reactions which are being involved, how does the reaction takes place, and in which manner the reactions are going to take place. Okay, so that we are going to look forward. Okay, so please pay your attention here. Now see which molecule has a higher energy. NADH has much higher energy as compared to FADH. NADH will produce an exergonic reaction in which there would be an energy of minus 52.6 kilocalorie per mole, whereas FADH molecule is another molecule that is present. It has an energy of minus 43.14 kilocalorie per mole. This is the energy of which is present within the molecule of FADH, and there is the energy which is present in the molecule of NADH plus H positive. So these two molecules have very high energy. Now which molecule has a higher energy? This molecule has a much higher energy as compared to another molecule. So see, this will produce much more larger number of ATP as compared to FADH plus H positive. अगर हम दोनों मॉलिक्यूल्स को कंपेयर करेंगे तो NADH plus H positive molecule ज्यादा ATP प्रोड्यूस करेगा. This will produce much more larger amount of ATP as compared to FADH2. Now how the reaction is going to take place, which are the molecules that would be involved, so that we are going to look forward. So here there you can see that there are four different complexes that are involved in the transportation of electrons. Now which are the four different complexes which are involved, that we have to see. Which are the four different complexes that you can see? The four different complexes which are being involved in the transfer of electrons include NADH cytochrome Q reductase complex, succinate cytochrome Q reductase complex, cytochrome QS2 cytochrome C reductase complex, and cytochrome C oxidase complex. Okay, so these are the four complex that we will have to look forward come in the class. Okay, all the four multi-enzyme complex which act as an electron carrier comprises prosthetic group such as flavin, heme, iron sulfur clusters, and copper. These are the different types of prosthetic groups which are present. Now these prosthetic groups are tightly bound to each enzyme carrying the electrons, and they will catalyze different type of metabolic reactions. देखिए होता क्या है, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को कैरी करने के लिए हमारे पास में चार मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं. There are four molecules that are going to carry the electrons. Now which are the four molecules that are going to carry the electrons, that we have to see. Okay, so the four molecular complexes that would be carrying the electron, Those four molecular complexes will be complex 1, complex 2, complex 3, and complex 4. These are the four different molecular complexes that are present. Okay. These complexes consist of several different types of prosthetic group. The prosthetic groups which are present are FMN, iron sulfur protein, FAD, iron sulfur. There are certain cytochromes which are present: heme 566, heme 562, heme C1, iron sulfur center, heme A, heme A3, cupricine CuA plus, CuA plus. These are the different types of prosthetic groups which are present. Now, how does these prosthetic groups will act and how they are going to catalyze the different reactions that we would be looking forward. अभी हमें ये देखना है ये प्रोस्थेटिक ग्रुप किस तरीके से वर्क करते हैं, कैसे ये अलग अलग केमिकल रिएक्शंस को इनिशिएट करते हैं. You can see the first one is referred to as NADH cytochrome Q reductase complex. Second one is called as succinate cytochrome Q reductase complex. Third one is called as cytochrome QS2 cytochrome C reductase complex. The fourth one is referred to as cytochrome C oxidase complex. So these are the four different complexes which are present, and these four different complexes act together and catalyzes the different biochemical reactions. ये चारों कॉम्प्लेक्स मिलके वर्क करते हैं और इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को ट्रांसफर कराते हैं एक स्टेज से दूसरी स्टेज पे. Now, how these four different complexes are going to work, that we are going to look forward, that in which manner these four different complexes are going to work. Okay. So now, how these four complexes will work? Please have a look here. These four complexes will work in a serial manner, one after the other. ये चारों complexes एक दूसरे के बाद में work करेंगे. You can see here, this is the complex 1. This is the complex 1, NADH cytochrome Q reductase complex. Okay, this complex, as the name indicate, NADH cytochrome Q reductase, will be a complex that will be reduced on taking hydrogen from NADH plus H positive. ये कॉम्प्लेक्स रिड्यूस हो जाएगा जब ये हाइड्रोजन ले लेगा NADH plus H positive से. The entire complex will be reduced when it is going to uptake the hydrogen atoms from NADH plus H positive. Okay, when these electrons will be uptaken, the electrons will move to cytochrome Q. Okay, in a similar manner, the FADH plus H positive is getting converted into FAD positive. This reaction, which was taking place in the case of Krebs cycle, also involves the transfer of electrons. This reaction in which FADH2 was being produced in the Krebs cycle. Can anybody answer which was the reaction? हाँ Neetu, which was the reaction that was being used in the Krebs cycle for the formation of FADH plus H positive? Neetu, please answer. कौन सा रिएक्शन था जिसमें FADH plus H positive बनता था? Trishla, can you answer which was the reaction in which FADH plus H positive was being produced?
सर सक्सिनेट से जब फ्यूमरेट में कन्वर्ट होता है.
बिल्कुल, सक्सिनेट से जब ये फ्यूमरेट में कन्वर्ट होता है, the enzyme is referred to as succinate dehydrogenase. During that reaction, FADH plus H positive was being produced. Neetu, you are not studying well. Please पढ़ें. Okay. So then electrons will be transferred, and when electrons will be transferred, the electron will enter into an intermediate that is referred to as plastoquinone. It will enter into plastoquinone, also referred to as quinone, and this molecule will be reduced in the form of QH2. The Q molecule will get converted into QH2. Electrons transfer to complex 3rd, to cytochrome C, to complex 4, and ultimately to the final electron acceptor, which is commonly referred to as the oxygen molecule. And oxygen molecule will combine with these electrons which are being transferred. What is being transferred here? The molecule that is going to be transferred here is the electron molecule itself. इस पूरी रिएक्शन में क्या हो रहा है? There are two electron molecules which are being transferred here. This will transfer a single electron molecule at one time. This will transfer again two electron molecules at one time, and this is also going to transfer two electron molecules. So there are electron molecules that are being transferred via a chain having different molecules. ये अलग अलग molecules हैं. Electron यहाँ से यहाँ से यहाँ से यहाँ तक होता हुआ लास्ट में किसके पास में चला जाता है, ऑक्सीजन के पास में चला जाता है, और ऑक्सीजन इन दो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को लेके हाइड्रोजन को लेके क्या बना देता है, इट लीड टू द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ water molecule. Okay, this will lead to the formation of a molecule of water. This is what happens in the case of electron transport system. Now these are the chains that are being involved, but there is also a complex that is involved here, and that complex is referred to as complex 5. The most important complex also referred to as F naught F1 ATPase. There is a complex that is present, and that complex is called as F naught F1 ATPase. So there would be an F naught molecule, and there would be a very big large molecule that would be present here, and that molecule will be referred to as the F naught particle. Okay, this would be the F naught particle that would be present, and when this F naught particle is going to move, okay, when this F naught particle is going to move, then it will produce ATP molecules. यही वो particle है जो ATP के molecules को generate कर देता है इन्हीं electrons की helpfulness से. When these electrons began to move along the F naught and F1 particles, these electrons rotate the F1 molecule, and as this electron rotates the F1 particle, it leads to the generation of an ATP molecule. Then it will lead to the generation of ATP molecule. Here electrons are being transferred from one molecule to the other. There are electrons which are going to be transferred. There are electrons which are going to be transferred from one molecule to the other, ultimately leading to the formation of a water molecule. Okay, this is how the reaction is going to take place. अभी हम डिटेल में देखने वाले हैं. If anybody has any query, then you can ask me. If you have any query, you can ask me. किसी को कुछ पूछना है वो पूछ सकता है. निहारिका, आंचल नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, पूछ सकती हैं. प्रतिमा, प्रियांशी, त्रिशला, if you want to ask anything, you can please. Okay, should I move forward? My voice is clear, the images are clear, everything is clear to you. Now see. Okay, no queries. Thank you. So now we are going to move forward, and we are going to look at each and every step. Okay. Now see the first reaction pathway. See this. These are the different types of electron transport carriers which are present. Okay. These are the different types of electron transport carriers which are present. Electrons are being transferred from the NADH plus H positive to FMN. Electrons are being transferred to the FMN. FMN transfer these to cytochrome Q, cytochrome B, cytochrome C, cytochrome A, ultimately to the cytochrome A3, and finally the electrons are transported to the oxygen, which will get converted into the water molecule. Okay, after taking these electrons, it will get reduced and will get converted into a molecule of water. Now, how the electrons are being transferred? The electrons are being transferred in the order of increasing redox potential. I have already told you. Electrons को किस ratio में transfer किया जाता है? Electrons are always being transferred in the order of increasing redox potential or in the order of decreasing free energy. This is increasing. Sorry, this is increasing. Can we just undo it? Okay. Electrons are always being transferred from minus towards plus, so that would be in the direction of increasing redox potential. Okay, and electrons are being transferred in the direction of decreasing free energy. Okay, so note, let me just put a note here. Okay, so that you can understand this out. Electrons are always being transferred. Electrons are always transferred in the order of increasing redox potential or decreasing free energy. In the order of increasing redox potential or decreasing free energy. Okay, this is how electrons are going to be transferred. And always the ultimate electron acceptor is always the oxygen molecule that we all know. So this is a very important note. You must write it out. Okay. Okay. After this class, there would be a counseling session of all those students who are preparing for IIT JAM and those who are preparing for gate entrance examination, we would be having a word in our group. Okay, so please do attend a counseling session of 15 minutes after the class. The session will start at 9:30. Okay, the class is continued. Now moving forward, now the first reaction that we are going to talk about is the reaction catalyzed by the first complex, the NADH dehydrogenase reaction. Now, how does NADH dehydrogenase reaction takes place? Now, firstly, the complex first is the largest among all the complexes which are present. The first complex that is involved in the transfer of electron, it is the largest among all complexes present in the electron transport system. भाई कॉम्प्लेक्स फर्स्ट क्या होता है? इट इज द लार्जेस्ट कॉम्प्लेक्स, इट इज द लार्जेस्ट कॉम्प्लेक्स of electron transport system. Okay, electron transport system. It is an inverted L-shaped complex. It is an L-shaped complex. L-shaped complex. The shape of the complex is resemble L shape. Okay, it is made up of approximately 40 number of polypeptides. So there are relatively very large number of polypeptides which are present in the complex 1. During transport of each pair of electron from NADH to cytochrome Q, complex 1 pumps 4 proton across the inner mitochondrial membrane. Now what is going to happen here is that we are going to look forward that how complexes are going to work. Now how these complexes are going to work, see this first complex first, let us have a look at its structure. It consists of flavin mononucleotide. And 6 iron sulfur centers. It consists of 6 to 7 number of iron sulfur clusters referred to as FES and also referred to as the risky FES. This is also referred to as risky FES. यहाँ पर आयरन सल्फर सेंटर होता है और उस आयरन सल्फर सेंटर का नाम क्या होता है? That is commonly referred to as the risky FES. Now, what we have to study is how these structures are being oriented. अभी ये स्ट्रक्चर ओरिएंटेड कैसे होते हैं इस बात को हमें समझने की जरूरत है. तो इन स्ट्रक्चर्स को समझने के लिए आप यहाँ पर बेटा इस स्ट्रक्चर को देखें. देखिए, these iron sulfur centers are arranged either in the form of a rhombus or they are arranged in the form of a cube. You can remember these geometrical structures. This structure which was resembling a square was called as the rhombus. This center is consisting of 2 iron molecules, 2 sulfur molecules. When there are 2 iron molecules and there are 2 sulfur molecules, then it is referred to as iron sulfur center. When there are 4 iron molecule and 4 sulfur molecule, then it is also referred to as the iron sulfur center, which is present in the form of a cuboid structure. Such type of iron sulfur center in which the sulfur is being bounded by iron and iron is being bounded by sulfur. यहाँ पर क्या है भैया? आयरन है, इसके बगल में क्या है? सल्फर है, फिर यहाँ पर क्या है? आयरन है. तो आयरन के चारों तरफ क्या होगा? सल्फर, और सल्फर के चारों तरफ क्या होगा? आयरन. This is how the arrangement takes place in the case of risky FES. ये risky FES ही वो electron transport molecule है. It is this risky FES that has the ability to uptake the electrons from NADH plus H positive. Okay, it has the ability to uptake the electrons from NADH plus H positive and transfer these electrons to other molecules and lead to the formation of NAD positive. It will lead to the formation of a compound that is referred to as NAD positive. यही वो molecule होता है जो NADH को ले लेता है और NAD positive को बना देता है. Okay. Now, how does these reactions takes place? That we have to look forward. ये reactions कैसे होती हैं, किस प्रकार से होती हैं, ये हमें यहाँ पर देखने की जरूरत है. तो यहाँ पर अभी हम क्या देखने वाले हैं? देखिए, जो रिएक्शन में सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट यहाँ पर दे रखा है. देखिए, during transport of each pair of electron from NADH to cytochrome Q, complex 1 pump 4 proton across the inner mitochondrial membrane. For each electron transferred, there are 2 protons which are going to be transported via complex 1. Come in the class. Okay. So how does electrons are being transferred? In what manner the electrons are being transferred? That we will have to visualize. in what manner, manner the electrons are going to be transferred from one molecule to the other. Now that we have to see. Now please look here. Just a second. Okay, now see, these NADH plus H positive, these NADH plus H positive will be transferring 4 protons at the cost of 2 electrons that would be transferred. यानी कि भैया ये 4 प्रोटॉन को पंप कर देंगे 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन को ट्रांसपोर्ट करने में, 4 प्रोटॉन को पंप कर देंगे 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को ट्रांसपोर्ट करने के लिए, यानी कि एक इलेक्ट्रॉन के लिए कितने को ट्रांसफर कर रहे हैं? For each electron they would be transporting the 2 protons from the mitochondrial matrix into the perimitochondrial space. So complex 1 transport 2 protons per electron across the mitochondrial matrix, and see 1 proton remains within the cytosol. Now how does the mechanism of the reaction take place? That we have to see. Please look here at the mechanism of the reaction. Although the exact mechanism of the transport is unknown, you just have to note this particular point, that for each electron transported, it is complex 1. For each electron transported, it is complex 1, which will cause the transport of 4 protons across inner mitochondrial membrane, across IMM, inner mitochondrial membrane. This is how the transport is going to take place. Now how the transport is going to take place, the exact mechanism of the transport is still unknown for the complex 1. We have a cycle, and that cycle is being associated with the case of cytochrome Q. Okay, now see how this reaction is going to take place. We have to look forward at the reaction taking place in the complex 1. In the complex 1, the reaction is taking place in this manner. You can draw all these structures along with me if you are having some trouble, or if you can view, you will also get the recorded version of the lecture, so there you can also draw. For example, NADH is getting converted into NAD positive. Then the electrons are being transported. These electrons are being taken by a molecule that is referred to as flavanone mononucleotide, and this flavanone mononucleotide will have the 2 electrons being transferred to a center that is referred to as iron sulfur center, and this iron sulfur center is commonly referred to as the risky FES. This entire complex is referred to as the complex 1. This is referred to as the complex 1. Okay, it is this one that is referred to as complex 1. Okay, and finally this iron sulfur center is going to transfer the electrons to the cytochrome Q. In this manner, this particular complex is referred to as complex 1, and for this particular transport, it is going to transport the 4 proton molecules across the inner mitochondrial matrix. 4 proton molecules will be transported. हर एक इलेक्ट्रॉन के लिए कितने प्रोटॉन मॉलिक्यूल ट्रांसपोर्ट हो रहे हैं? फॉर एवरी इलेक्ट्रॉन देयर आर 2 proton molecules that are going to be transported. So in the whole reaction, what we can find, that when there are 2 electrons which are being involved, so there would be 4 protons that would be transported from the mitochondrial matrix into the perimitochondrial space, into the PMS. These 4 protons will be transported. Okay, please have a look at the generalized reaction. You must always know that it is the complex 1 that transport 4 protons. Complex 3rd also has the ability to transport 4 protons, and complex 4 has the ability to transport 2 protons. That is very important. You can also look here that how these molecules are being transported, and ultimately the electron is going to a molecule that is referred to as the Q, which is also referred to as ubiquinone, also referred to as ubiquinol. In the case of plant, the same molecule is also referred to as phytoubiquinol or phytoubiquinone. Okay, if you have any query regarding the complex one, please do ask. If you have any query regarding the complex one, please do ask. Okay. Sir, does electron binds with sulfur and iron cluster, or it interacts in center of the iron cluster? See, electrons never bind to the sulfur molecule because sulfur molecule are completing their valencies. Electrons gets attracted by the electropositive iron atoms, electropositive ferric ions, and then it is being transported to another molecule. So only the attraction and the interaction takes place in between the iron and the Fe+2 ions. Okay, see, this is what is being written. I should write a line in response to your answer. This is the one that I'm reading from Voigt and Voigt. Electrons are transferred from NADH to FMN to FMN initially, then to iron sulfur center, then to FeS, and finally to plastoquinone. The exact mechanism is still unknown. So because it is still unknown, I cannot teach it. Okay, so this is how the process takes place. Now, what you have to study here is that, see, cytochrome Q is the only electron acceptor carrier in the electron transport chain that is not a protein but a prosthetic group. There is a group that is present, and that group which is present is referred to as cytochrome Q. And this cytochrome Q is going to transfer the electron to the next electron carrier. It is an intermediate that is present in between complex 1, complex 2, and complex 3. So in the middle of the complex 1, complex 2, and complex 3, you can find this complex that is referred to as cytochrome Q. Now, if you are going to look at the cytochrome Q, please look here. Look here. Where is the cytochrome Q present? You can look here. See this. Cytochrome Q serve as the cytochrome Q or ubiquinone. This it serve as the connecting link of the electron in between complex 1, complex 3, and complex 2. The same coenzyme Q or ubiquinone is also present in the case of plants. In the case of plant, it is referred to as phytoquinone. Okay, phytoubiquinone. Okay, or also referred to as phytoquinol. So plants के अंदर इसे phytoquinol कह देते हैं, और animals के अंदर इसे हम coenzyme Q कह देते हैं, also referred to as ubiquinone. Now, how these reactions are being catalyzed, that we have to see. In which manner these reactions are going to be catalyzed. Let us look forward. We would be now studying about a cycle that is referred to as the Q cycle. Now, how does Q cycle takes place? Now, there is another complex which is present, which is referred to as the succinate dehydrogenase complex. This complex is commonly referred to as the succinate dehydrogenase complex. A very important fact I am going to tell you here. This reaction, this complex is referred to as the succinate dehydrogenase complex. Succinate dehydrogenase complex. Genase complex. Okay, this is the reaction that is being catalyzed by the enzyme succinate dehydrogenase. Now, a very important point is that this succinate dehydrogenase is the only enzyme which is transmembrane in the case of mitochondria. It is an enzyme that is not completely present within the mitochondria. It is an enzyme that is transmembrane across the mitochondrial inner membrane. Now please look here. Look here, this is a very important thing that I'm going to tell you here. There is a prokaryotic cell. For example, this is a bacterial cell. I have already told you. Okay. I'm slowing down the pace. Now see, there is an enzyme that is called as succinate dehydrogenase. Now, what is so important about this enzyme? I have already told you what is Krebs cycle, what happens in the Krebs cycle, and in Krebs cycle, which reaction is being catalyzed by succinate dehydrogenase. It is this enzyme that converts the succinate into fumarate. Now, there is a very important point about this particular enzyme that you must know. You must know that it is the only enzyme which is not present exactly in the mitochondrial matrix. ये एंजाइम क्रेब साइकिल का तो है, लेकिन ये माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया की मैट्रिक्स में नहीं होता. ये तो ट्रांसमेम्ब्रेन एंजाइम है. ट्रांसमेम्ब्रेन एंजाइम का मतलब समझते हो? अगर मैंने ये यूकैरियोटिक सेल बना दिया, मान लो कोई भी ये यूकैरियोटिक सेल है, within this eukaryotic cell there would be a mitochondria present, and within this mitochondria there would be inner membrane present. Okay, I'm not drawing this very good. And this enzyme is present in the form of this enzyme is present in the form of a transmembrane molecule. Transmembrane molecule मतलब membrane को पास करता है, membrane के दोनों तरफ होता है, अंदर भी और बाहर की तरफ भी. तो सॉरी, थोड़ा सा इसे हम अच्छा बनाते हैं. It is present at the inner side of the membrane as well as on the outer side of the membrane. It is a transmembrane enzyme, and this transmembrane enzyme not only occurs in mitochondria. In the case of eukaryotic cell, this transmembrane enzyme is actually a transmembrane enzyme in the case of prokaryotic plasma membrane also. Succinate dehydrogenase, हिंदी में समझते हैं थोड़ा सा. Succinate dehydrogenase, this is succinate sorry, बहुत पतला हो गया है तो मुझे थोड़ा सा डार्क लेना पड़ेगा. This is the enzyme that is succinate dehydrogenase. Now succinate dehydrogenase एक स्पेशलाइज्ड एंजाइम है. क्या स्पेशल बात है इस एंजाइम के अंदर? ये देखो, सारे क्रेब साइकिल के एंजाइम जैसा नहीं है. सारे क्रेब साइकिल के एंजाइम्स कहां पर होते हैं भाई? माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया की मैट्रिक्स में होते हैं. लेकिन सक्सिनेट डिहाइड्रोजनेस ट्रांसमेम्ब्रेन है, और ये केवल ये यहीं पे ट्रांसमेम्ब्रेन नहीं है बेटा, बैक्टीरिया के अंदर भी ये ट्रांसमेम्ब्रेन ही होता है. इन द केस ऑफ बैक्टीरिया इट इज स्टिल ट्रांसमेम्ब्रेन टू द प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन. ट्रांसमेम्ब्रेन, it is still transmembrane across the plasma membrane. okay, तो ये ट्रांसमेम्ब्रेन एंजाइम है, तो इसीलिए ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है. दुनिया में एक साइकिल का केवल एक ही एंजाइम है जो ट्रांसमेम्ब्रेन है, उसका नाम क्या है? सक्सिनेट डिहाइड्रोजनेज. there is only a single enzyme that is transmembrane, and that enzyme is called as succinate dehydrogenase. Okay, now this succinate dehydrogenase catalyzes the interconversion or catalyzes the biosynthesis of FADH plus H positive. तो ये FADH plus H positive से इलेक्ट्रॉन ले जाने का काम भी किसका होगा? सक्सिनेट डिहाइड्रोजनेज का ही होगा. It is the succinate dehydrogenase enzyme only that helps in the transport of electron from this particular molecule FADH2, okay, to the coenzyme Q, also referred to as the cytochrome Q. okay, तो ये साइटोक्रोम Q या कोएंजाइम Q तक इलेक्ट्रॉन को ट्रांसपोर्ट सक्सिनेट डिहाइड्रोजनेज ही कराता है. In case of prokaryotes and in eukaryotes, succinate dehydrogenase is a quite unique enzyme because it is the only Krebs cycle enzyme that is actually transmembranous in nature. It is the only Krebs cycle enzyme that is transmembranous in nature. Okay, this transmembranous enzyme, occurrence of succinate dehydrogenase as a transmembranous enzyme in the mitochondria of eukaryote as well as the plasma membrane of prokaryotic cell indicates that mitochondria has evolved from the prokaryotic cell only. Okay, so we are writing a note here. The presence of succinate dehydrogenase, note it down. The presence of succinate dehydrogenase, the presence of succinate dehydrogenase as a transmembrane enzyme enzyme facilitate the uh, as a transmembrane enzyme in case of both prokaryotic cell as well as in mitochondria of eukaryotic cell indicate indi, indicate that mitochondria has evolved from the prokaryotic bacterial cells. Okay? Bacterial cells. ये क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था कि सक्सिनेट डिहाइड्रोजनेज ट्रांसमेम्ब्रेन है, उससे आप क्या समझते हैं? आपको ये समझ में आता है जो यहाँ पर आपको बताया गया है. ठीक है? Is this clear to you all? So this must be clear to you all. Now see, do you have read a book that is called as Leninger? Okay, so who wrote this particular book, Leninger? Leninger book is under the name of a scientist who is referred to as A.H. Leninger. Now, what was the experiment which was being done by A.H. Leninger? Can anybody answer? Shubhangi, can you answer? What was the exact experiment which was being done by A.H. Leninger? क्या एक्सपेरिमेंट किया था A.H. Leninger ने, जिसके बाद में Leninger की बुक लिखी गई थी? Anybody is having Leninger? I knew some students who have been reading this Leninger for approximately an year. Leninger ने क्या एक्सपेरिमेंट किया था? कोई बता सकता है?
यस सर, उन्होंने देखा था कि सर मतलब वही माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया जो सर माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया जिस तरीके से उन्होंने क्या किया था, माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया आइसोलेट किया था सर, और उन्होंने देखा था कि माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया उस जो टेस्ट ट्यूब्स हैं उनमें
हाँ थोड़ा सा धक्का और मारो, थोड़ा सा, बस थोड़ा सा. ठीक है,
सर वो वर्क कर पा रहा है नहीं कर पा रहा है नॉर्मली, और वैसे ही उन्होंने मतलब जैसे वो सेल के अंदर करता है.
बस बहुत देख लिया उन्होंने. लेट मी आंसर. सी, देयर वाज अ साइंटिस्ट हु इज नोन एज A.H. Leninger, and A.H. Leninger clearly demonstrated that isolated mitochondria can carry out all the reactions of the Krebs cycle, including the reactions catalyzed by the pyruvate dehydrogenase complex. Thus, he clearly depicted that mitochondria has all the enzymes necessary for Krebs cycle. भाई लेनिंजर ने एक टेस्ट ट्यूब में सेल को तोड़ दिया और माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया को बाहर निकाल लिया, और उन्होंने ये प्रूव कर दिया कि आइसोलेटेड माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया भी क्रेब्स साइकिल करा सकती है. उसके बाद में ही एक किताब शुरू हुई जिसे आज तक आप पढ़ते हो, जिसका नाम है A.H. लेनिंजर की लेनिंजर्स बायोकेमिस्ट्री. केवल किताबें पढ़ो नहीं, ये साइंटिस्ट थे, कम से कम इतना तो पता होना चाहिए. It was A.H. Leninger. It was A.H. Leninger. My spellings are pathetic, so please do not go around my spellings. Okay? अगर आती है तो सही लिख लो, और नहीं आती है तो मेरी स्पेलिंग को सही मान लो, क्योंकि तुम्हें तो आती नहीं है. It was A.H. Leninger who firstly demonstrated that isolated mitochondria could carry out all the reactions of the Krebs cycle and electron transport chain. इन सारी रिएक्शंस को कैटलाइज किया जा सकता है आइसोलेटेड माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया के द्वारा. ऐसा कहना था, ऐसा प्रूफ करने के लिए एक साइंटिस्ट ने वर्क किया था, और उन साइंटिस्ट को आज दुनिया A.H. लेनिंजर के नाम से जानती है. Okay, now this is succinate dehydrogenase that catalyzes the transfer of electrons to the cytochrome Q, and the complex is referred to as succinate cytochrome Q reductase complex. This is the complex that is being involved. Okay, now the two electrons released in the conversion of succinate to fumarate are transferred first to FAD and then to an Rn sulfur center, and finally these electrons are being transported to cytochrome Q. Cytochrome Q draws electrons in the respiratory chain, not only from NADH but also from succinate. It is the one that will be driving the electrons not only from the cytochrome Q, from the succinate cytochrome Q reductase complex, from the complex second, but also from the complex first. Cytochrome Q को दोनों ही कॉम्प्लेक्स से इलेक्ट्रॉन मिलते हैं, चाहे वो कॉम्प्लेक्स 1 हो चाहे वो कॉम्प्लेक्स 2 हो। आप यहाँ पर डायग्राम में देख सकते हैं साइटोक्रोम Q को दोनों ही कॉम्प्लेक्सेस से इलेक्ट्रॉन मिल रहे हैं, चाहे वो कॉम्प्लेक्स 1 हो चाहे वो कॉम्प्लेक्स 2 हो। Everybody is giving the electrons to cytochrome Q. Finally, the electrons are being transported from the cytochrome Q to the complex third, जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को साइटोक्रोम C को दे देगा। देखो क्लास के लास्ट हाफ एन आवर बड़ा ही इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाला है। मैं जानता हूँ थोड़ा सा टिपिकल है, थोड़ा सा टिपिकल है क्योंकि इसके अंदर काफी सारी रिएक्शंस अभी इन्वॉल्व होने वाली हैं। अभी एक साइकिल होती है जिसका नाम है क्यू साइकिल, आखिर ये साइकिल क्यों होती है, ठीक है। सो दैट इज रेफर्ड टू एज क्यू साइकिल। दिस क्यू साइकिल occurs in the case of complex third. Complex 1 and complex second donates 2 electron to the complex third and regenerate the oxidized cytochrome Q. Okay. Within complex third, the released electrons are transferred to an iron sulfur center, and these are then transferred to the 2B type cytochromes or cytochrome C. Finally, the 2 electrons are transferred to 2 molecules or of the oxidized cytochrome C. अब देखिए इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम से इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर बीइंग ट्रांसपोर्टेड फ्रॉम कॉम्प्लेक्स 1 और कॉम्प्लेक्स 2 and these electron move to the oxidized cytochrome Q. Cytochrome Q was being reduced. Further, the cytochrome Q transfers its electrons to the complex third. देखिए हो क्या रहा है भाई, इलेक्ट्रॉन को किसने लिया, कॉम्प्लेक्स 1 ने ले लिया, किससे लिया था, NADH प्लस H पॉजिटिव से। कॉम्प्लेक्स 2 ने ले लिया, चाहे कॉम्प्लेक्स 1 हो चाहे कॉम्प्लेक्स 2 हो, सबने अपने इलेक्ट्रॉन किसे दे दिए, साइटोक्रोम Q को ही दे दिए। ओके, everybody gave their electron to cytochrome Q. Cytochrome Q got reduced, it got reduced. Okay, now to further oxidize it, what it did, it transfer all the electron to a complex and that is referred to as the complex third. इन्होंने सारे के सारे इलेक्ट्रॉन किसे उठा के दे दिए, कॉम्प्लेक्स थर्ड को ट्रांसफर कर दिए और खुद रिड्यूस से क्या हो गए, from reduced to oxidized, it got oxidized. Now complex third has a problem. Now what was the problem which was associated with the complex third? Complex third was having a problem that cytochrome C will only accept one electron. कॉम्प्लेक्स थर्ड के आगे लगा हुआ साइटोक्रोम C जो था, वो कॉम्प्लेक्स थर्ड के अंदर जो लगा हुआ साइटोक्रोम C था, वो केवल एक ही बार में एक ही इलेक्ट्रॉन लेता था। वो बोलता था मैं नहीं, मेरा डोना छोटा है, मैं कचौड़ी एक बार में एक ही लूंगा। ओके, सो दैट इज रेफर्ड टू एज साइटोक्रोम C. साइटोक्रोम C इज यूनिक बिकॉज इट कैन नॉट एक्सेप्ट 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एट वन टाइम। ठीक है, तो वो 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को कभी भी साथ में नहीं लेता है। Cytochrome C has a unique ability to take only 1 electron at a time. It takes only 1 electron at a particular time. Okay, that is why cytochrome C will create issues and it will have problems. So there is a cycle that operates in order to maintain that cytochrome C can uptake only a single electron at one time. That cycle is referred to as Q cycle. देखो 2 additional protons are translocated, इन सब चीजों को छोड़ दें, साइटोक्रोम C एक ही इलेक्ट्रॉन लेता है। जरा ध्यान दें मैंने क्या बताया अभी आपको, सब चीजों को भूल जाएं, यहां देखें भाई, ये आपका कॉम्प्लेक्स 1, भाई सब चीजों को भूल जाए, केवल यहां देखें। अगर ये याद हो गया तो आपके 2 क्वेश्चंस सही हो जाएंगे। 2 questions will be asked in each and every entrance examination just from this particular chart. Now see this, what is this inner membrane space and what is this mitochondrial matrix? Firstly, this is inner mitochondrial membrane. So this is IMM, inner mitochondrial matrix which is present. Okay, now this is mitochondrial matrix and this is the perimitochondrial space. ये जो space है भैया कहाँ है, perimitochondrial space है। perimitochondrial space का मतलब जानते हो, perimitochondrial space का मतलब है this space is present in between the inner and the outer mitochondrial membrane. perimitochondrial space. Okay, space present in between the inner mitochondrial matrix and the outer mitochondrial membrane. यहां तक तो inner हो गया और मैंने बोल दिया भाई यहाँ के बाहर क्या है, यहाँ के बाहर है भैया outer mitochondrial matrix. सॉरी, outside this there is a matrix which is present, and that matrix will be referred to as the outer mitochondrial matrix. Now how does this outer mitochondrial matrix is going to work, that we will have to visualize. अब ये किस तरीके से वर्क करेगा ये हमें देखना है. तो यहाँ पर ये वर्क कैसे करने वाला है, सॉरी, in which manner it is going to work. It is actually going to pump the protons across the inner mitochondrial matrix in between the outer mitochondrial matrix and the perimitochondrial space. हर एक कॉम्प्लेक्स क्या करता है, प्रोटॉन को पंप कर देता है और प्रोटॉन को ऊपर पंप कर देता है और इलेक्ट्रॉन को आगे. देखो 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन गए यहां से, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन चले गए आयरन सल्फर सेंटर पे, 2 ही इलेक्ट्रॉन साइटोक्रोम क्यू पे. साइटोक्रोम क्यू क्या हो गया, साइटोक्रोम QH2. भाई 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन चले गए ना, तो साइटोक्रोम क्यू क्या हो जाएगा, QH2. फिर ये 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन की जगह पे क्या कर देगा, अब एक एक करके इलेक्ट्रॉन को भेजेगा, क्योंकि साइटोक्रोम सी बोलता है नहीं भैया मैं तो एक ही इलेक्ट्रॉन एक बार में लूंगा. तो अब इसके पास में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन है, 2. इसके पास में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन है, 2. ये बड़ा कंफ्यूजन में आ गया यार, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन है, आगे वाला बोल रहा है एक ही इलेक्ट्रॉन लूंगा, तो ये क्या करूंगा, ऐसे कैसे करूंगा. तो ये बोलता है कि 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन दे देता हूं, मैं तो अपनी तरफ से 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन दे रहा हूं. इसने 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन किसे दे दिए, साइटोक्रोम बी को दे दिए. साइटोक्रोम बी को दे दिए. साइटोक्रोम बी ने चालाकी की, इसने एक इलेक्ट्रॉन तो साइटोक्रोम सी को दे दिया, क्योंकि साइटोक्रोम सी लेता ही एक इलेक्ट्रॉन था, साइटोक्रोम सी भी एक ही इलेक्ट्रॉन लेता था. These were the one that were taking place only 1 electron at a time. ये क्या करते हैं, ये एक ही इलेक्ट्रॉन को लेते हैं. इनकी प्रॉपर्टी है, इनके अंदर जो क्यूप्रिकाइंस होते हैं ना, उनकी ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट एक से ही वेरी कर सकती है, ये इनकी प्रॉपर्टी है. तो दूसरा इलेक्ट्रॉन कहां चला गया, देखो बेटा 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन यहां से आए थे, एक इलेक्ट्रॉन नीचे चला गया, दूसरा इलेक्ट्रॉन वापस चला गया. ठीक है, दूसरा इलेक्ट्रॉन वापस चला गया, फिर से किसके पास में आ गया, QH2 के पास में. अब की बार QH2 भी एक ही इलेक्ट्रॉन लेगा, तो एक एक करके इलेक्ट्रॉन यहां से जाने लग गए. और देखिए QH2 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन देता था, इट वाज QH2, इट वाज reduced ubiquinone, which was actually donating 2 electrons to the cytochrome B, but cytochrome B was providing 1 electron to cytochrome C, and another electron was being recycled back. The other electron was being recycled back in the biochemical reaction. दूसरा इलेक्ट्रॉन recycle back कर दिया जाता है biochemical reaction में. Okay, the other electron is recycled back. Then there is cytochrome C. After this, there is the electron which is present. This electron moves to the heme A3 to the cupricines, and ultimately the oxygen is being reduced. When oxygen molecules are going to be reduced, it will lead to the formation of a water molecule. जब ऑक्सीजन मॉलिक्यूल्स को आपने रिड्यूस कर दिया, इलेक्ट्रॉन फाइनली किसके पास में चले गए, ऑक्सीजन के पास में, और फाइनली ये रिड्यूस हो गया. ठीक है, यहां पर आप देखें कॉम्प्लेक्स फर्स्ट से कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रांसपोर्ट हुए, 4. कितने हुए, 4. मैं सर्किल बना रहा हूं. कॉम्प्लेक्स थर्ड से कितने हुए, 4. कॉम्प्लेक्स फोर्थ से कितने हुए, 2. तो अगर मैं यहां पर NaDH की बारे में बात करूं, तो NaDH plus H positive, NaDH plus H positive will stimulate which complex? It will stimulate the complex that is referred to as complex 1, complex 3 and complex 4. ये stimulate कर देता है कुछ complexes को, जिनका नाम है complex 1, दूसरे का नाम है complex 3, तीसरे का नाम है complex 4. Okay, and it is the one that will be transporting how many number of molecules, it is how many number of protons. So it will be the one that would be transporting 10 protons. ये 10 प्रोटॉन को ट्रांसपोर्ट कर देगा. ठीक है बेटा, आगे देखते हैं. ऐसा माना जाता है कि एक एटीपी के फॉर्मेशन के लिए 4 प्रोटॉन चाहिए. For 1 ATP formation, for 1 ATP production 4 protons are required. 4 protons are required. then what is going to happen? That means, hence, if there are 10 protons, then it will produce approximately 2.5 number of ATP molecules. It will produce 2.5 number of ATP molecules. So what this equation says, that this is called as the PO ratio. PO ratio for NADH plus H positive, for NADH plus H positive. PO ratio for NADH plus H positive is equivalent to 2.5 ATP. Okay. Now, in the case of FADH plus H positive, what is going to happen? This is very important. Please note it down. यही बेटा वो पीओ रेशियो कॉन्सेप्ट है जो बार बार आप लोगों को बताया जाता है. अब ये पीओ रेशियो कॉन्सेप्ट कहां से आया? आप लोगों में से कुछ लोग सोच रहे होंगे एक एटीपी सर कैसे बनी 4 प्रोटॉन से. ये बेटा मैं अभी आगे वाली क्लास में एक्सप्लेन करने वाला हूं. आप लोगों को कोई टेंशन नहीं, बिल्कुल भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. इफेक्टिवली हम इजीली इसे सॉल्व कर लेंगे. ठीक है. PO ratio of NADH plus H positive is equals to 2.5 number of ATP molecules. Now you look here at another molecule which is referred to as FADH plus H positive. To explain FADH plus H positive, I am changing the color of my pen so that you can differentiate in between the two molecules. Okay, ताकि आप इन दोनों molecules के बीच में differentiate कर सकें. अभी मैं बात कर रहा हूँ FADH plus H positive. Okay, it will get converted into FAD. The 2 electrons will be transported to the FES, again to the iron sulfur center, and from the iron sulfur center again there is a problem. साइटोक्रोम C बोलेगा नहीं भैया मैं केवल एक बार में एक कचौड़ी खाऊंगा, मैं 2 कचौड़ी नहीं खा सकता, मेरा डोना छोटा है. I could not accept 2 electrons. Then what will happen? ये साइटोक्रोम Q हो जाएगा कंफ्यूज. अरे 2 पिज्जा मांगे थे, 2 कचौड़ी मांगी थी, दोनों खानी पड़ेगी तुझे. तो इसने 2 कचौड़ी दी, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ पर दिए. It has donated the 2 electrons. As it has donated the 2 electrons, so these are the 2 electrons which are being produced. Now how these 2 electrons are going to act? These 2 electrons will move to the cytochrome B. Okay, 1 electron will be recycled back and 1 electron will go to cytochrome C1. From cytochrome C1 the same electron will enter into the cytochrome C molecule. From cytochrome C to heme A and A3, and ultimately forming the water molecule. So this is how the reaction is going to take place. In the case of FADH plus H positive, which were the complexes involved? Complex second, complex third, and complex 4. The total number of protons that were involved was 4 protons and 2 protons. So total number of protons involved are 6 protons. So let me just show it to you here, that in the case of another molecule, that is FADH plus H positive, FADH plus H positive, the complexes that are being involved are referred to as the complex second, complex third, and complex fourth. Okay, these are the complexes which are being involved in the electron transport chain. For one ATP molecule, again there are 4 protons. So how many number of protons are there? These will lead to the formation of how many number of protons? See, 4 plus 2 equals to 6 protons. So this would be equivalent to 6 protons. 6 protons, and 6 protons are equivalent to 1.5 ATP. 1.5 ATP. So this is being calculated here. So PO ratio for FADH plus H positive, FADH plus H positive is always equivalent to 1.5 ATP. Please note it down. देखो बेटा, इसमें जिसको कोई डाउट है, यश नहीं समझ में आ रहा, त्रिशला, शुभांगी, प्रियांशी, प्रतिमा, निहारिका, आंचल, नीतू, शालू, if you have any problem you can ask it. ठीक है, ये नहीं समझ में आया तो मेरे से पूछें. जिस किसी की भी प्रॉब्लम है, नीतू बेटा क्यों नहीं बोलती हो क्लास में, आप क्या प्रॉब्लम है? कोई इंटेलिजेंट नहीं है, सब लोग एक जैसे ही हैं यहाँ पर. ठीक है, अपनी प्रॉब्लम पूछा करो. Sir, please repeat PO ratio. Now this is very important. See, you just said sir पूरा topic नहीं समझ में आया, पूरा topic repeat कर दो. What is this? The number of protons molecules transported to the number of oxygen molecule reduced is called as PO ratio. I'm writing the definition also. Please look here. प्रियांशी ध्यान से सुनो भाई, ऐसा नहीं होता, तो प्लीज जरा ध्यान से सुन लीजिए. PO रेशियो का मतलब क्या होता है? PO रेशियो, PO ratio refers to the number of protons transported across the inner mitochondrial membrane, मैं IAM लिख दे रहा हूँ, inner mitochondrial membrane. PO ratio refers to the number of protons transported across the inner mitochondrial membrane to the molecules of oxygen that have been oxidized. Okay, to the molecule of oxygen that has been oxidized. भैया देखो कितने प्रोटॉन ट्रांसपोर्ट हो गए भाई, पीओ रेशियो के अंदर 10 प्रोटॉन ट्रांसपोर्ट हुए, तब एक ऑक्सीजन का मॉलिक्यूल क्या हो गया? ऑक्सीडाइज हो गया. तो बेटा पीओ रेशियो कॉन्सेप्ट के अंदर तो रेशियो कैलकुलेट किया जाता है, बट इस रेशियो के कॉन्सेप्ट से वी यूज टू कैलकुलेट द मॉलिक्यूल्स दोज व्हिच आर रेफर्ड टू एज the ATP molecules. The most important molecules which are present in our body are referred to as the ATP molecules. तो इस मॉलिक्यूल को यूज करके हम क्या बनाते हैं? ATP का मॉलिक्यूल बनाते हैं. यहाँ पर देखो आपको ATP दिख रही है ना, तो these are the ATP molecules which are being produced. तो बेटा पीओ से जब प्रोटॉन और जब ट्रांसफर होते हैं और ऑक्सीजन रिड्यूस हो जाता है, तो उस समय 4 प्रोटॉन अगर ट्रांसपोर्ट होते हैं तो एक एटम ऑक्सीजन का रिड्यूस होता है. एक एटम, मॉलिक्यूल नहीं बोला, मॉलिक्यूल बोलूंगा तो बोलूंगा 8 प्रोटॉन्स ट्रांसपोर्ट हो रहे हैं, ठीक है, तब मैं मॉलिक्यूल के बारे में बात करूंगा. और उस समय जो एटीपी बनती है दैट इज रेफर्ड टू एज 2.5 एटीपी मॉलिक्यूल. प्रियांशी, ओपन योर दिस वॉइस सो दैट एटलीस्ट आई कैन हियर, एंड क्या प्रॉब्लम है वो मैं सुनना चाहता हूं. इफ यू हैव एनी सम स्पेसिफिक प्रॉब्लम. प्रियांशी, try to speak beta.
Got it, sir.
Got it? Is this clear to you? The number
Yes,
of
sir,
protons
sir.
which are being transported to the number of oxygen molecules that have been reduced is referred to as the PO ratio. The PO ratio here is 2.5, and another one FADH plus H positive has a PO ratio 1.5. यश, तुम जरा बात करो बेटा. यश, क्या नहीं समझ में आ रहा है बेटा इसके अंदर? यश बीच में आपने क्लास ज्वाइन की है, ठीक है, लेकिन फिर भी मैंने एक्सप्लेन करने की यहाँ पर कोशिश की है बेटा कि इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रांसपोर्ट चेन में जब इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ट्रांसपोर्टेड होते हैं तो प्रोटॉन्स क्या हो जाते हैं? ट्रांसलोकेटेड हो जाते हैं. देखो प्रोटॉन्स एक अपने आप ट्रांसलोकेटेड नहीं हो सकते, लेकिन इलेक्ट्रॉन के मूवमेंट होने की वजह से जो स्पॉन्टेनियस रिएक्शन होती है वो नॉन स्पॉन्टेनियस रिएक्शन को भी क्या कर देती है? स्पॉन्टेनियस में कन्वर्ट कर देती है, और ये प्रोटॉन हो गए ट्रांसपोर्टेड. अब ये प्रोटॉन बेटा वापस किससे आएंगे? F0 F1 ATPase से लौट के आएंगे. किससे वापस आएंगे पता है? These electrons are going to return back with the help of a molecule that is referred to as F0 F1 ATPase. कहाँ चला गया F0 F1 ATPase? Just एक सेकंड रुकिए. It would be given somewhere. Now see this. Here it would be given. Now see. There are protons which are going to be transported. These protons will be transported back with the help of ATP synthase, producing ATP molecule. तो एक्चुअली में पीओ रेशियो कॉन्सेप्ट से ये पता लगाया जाता है कि भैया कौन सा मॉलिक्यूल कितने ऑक्सीजन लेके ऑक्सीडाइज हो जाएगा या रिड्यूस होगा और कितने एटीपी बना लेगा. तो यहाँ पर हमें एक बात याद रखनी है भैया, NADH plus H positive form 2.5 ATP and FADH plus H positive form 1.5 ATP. यश, क्या नहीं समझ में आया? अब बोलो. यश तो चला ही गया शायद, ज्यादा नहीं है. यश, आवाज दो. कुछ बोल पा रहे हो यश? अरे यश, तुम तो बोल ही नहीं पाते यार. अपना माइक वाइक सही कराओ भाई, ठीक है. आंचल बेटा, क्या नहीं समझ में आ रहा है प्लीज बताइए. हाँ शुभांगी, यस शुभांगी प्लीज स्पीक. शुभांगी, वेयर आर यू? ओके, हाँ शुभांगी प्लीज स्पीक.
Sir, I want to ask that why complex 2 does not pump protons?
See, for every molecule, there are, for pumping of the electrons, firstly, there should be a molecule that should harvest that energy of the electron. देखो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन, ठीक है? पढ़े लिखे वाले बच्चे, ठीक है, अच्छी बात है। देखो पहले हम कॉम्प्लेक्स 2 पे पहुंचते हैं और फिर मैं तुम्हें इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर देता हूँ। देखो सबसे पहले हम यहाँ पर, now see, this is the one. Now see beta, what you are seeing is that there is a carrier molecule. That carrier molecule is iron sulfur center. Okay, hello Shubhangi, are you there? Shubhangi, please open your mic at least. If you have asked a question, let me explain it to you. See, there is only a carrier molecule that is referred to as iron sulfur center. Whenever there would be a carrier molecule which can never change its oxidation state, then that molecule can never transport the proton across the membrane. Okay, I had to unmute you. Just a second. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
देखो किसी भी इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रांसपोर्ट कैरियर तभी प्रोटॉन को ट्रांसपोर्ट कर सकता है जब वो कैरियर हो। कैरियर का मतलब क्या होता है? कैरियर का मतलब ये होता है वो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को लेके किसी साइक्लिक रिएक्शन में लेके जा रहा है। अगर देखो आयरन सल्फर सेंटर है, ना तो आयरन सल्फर सेंटर खुद अपना ऑक्सीडेशन कर सकता है, ना रिडक्शन कर सकता है। क्यों नहीं कर सकता? क्योंकि आयरन और सल्फर चारों तरफ से एक दूसरे से बाउंडेड है, so there would be no as such interaction. Electrons will be taken and then transported to the next molecule. Okay, इसकी एनर्जी को ये हार्वेस्ट ही नहीं कर पाया। जबकि आप जितने भी बाकी के मॉलिक्यूल देखें, जैसे FMN को देखें, so at the place when FMN is going to transfer the electrons, so this molecule has a cyclic ring-shaped structure that will help the transportation of proton to take place. These molecules, here you know that there is a cycle which is present called as Q cycle that helps in the harvesting of energy and leads to the transport of protons. Here also there are cyclic reaction pathways that operate, और ये जो cyclic reaction pathways होते हैं ना, ये प्रोटॉन को मूव करा देते हैं। लेकिन यहाँ पर तो कोई cyclic reaction pathway नहीं है। इलेक्ट्रॉन गया FeS से और FeS से कहाँ चला गया? साइटोक्रोम Q पे। जब एनर्जी ही नहीं है इलेक्ट्रॉन के पास में इतनी कि कोई साइक्लिक पाथ पे चले और कोई कैरियर मॉलिक्यूल भी नहीं है, तो इसीलिए यहाँ पर कोई भी प्रोटॉन का ट्रांसपोर्ट नहीं हो पा रहा है। There is no carrier molecule which is associated with complex second, and that is why complex second do not pump any protons. Okay, Shubhangi.
Sir, but what about complex 1?
Now, in the case of complex 1, you look, there is a molecule that is referred to as FMN. देखो एक मॉलिक्यूल है, मैंने बड़ा छोटा सा स्टार लगाया आप लोगों के लिए। There is a molecule that is referred to as flavanant mononucleotide. Can you remember the structure of this flavanant mononucleotide? This molecule has a very complex structure. That complex structure of this molecule facilitate not only the transport of electron but also the transport of protons. Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Okay, but still, Shubhangi, your question is very valid. The exact answers are still not known. This is only an explanation given in a book. Okay, but the author has clearly said that it should have been the reason. But do it is the reason? The author has not claimed that also. Okay, so very good question by you. Thank you for that. So probably someday you can do some sort of research on it. So that's how the molecule are being transported. Now, anybody else has any other question? Hello, Achal, are you there? Achal, आप क्लास में हो? प्रतिमा, आप क्लास में हो? Do this is fine. I should move forward. Okay, Achal, समझ में आया है बेटा?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm moving forward. Okay, that means I will have to now look at a cycle that is referred to as Q cycle. Now, how does Q cycle take place, and why does Q cycle take place? So why there is a cycle which is going to take place? Cycle that is present is referred to as Q cycle. Why does this Q cycle? Why does Cola-Vary D? So why this Q cycle? So now we are going to talk about the Q cycle. How does this Q cycle take place? See this. This is within each class, the cytochrome are distinguished by small spectral differences. In respiratory chains, there are two B-type cytochrome, cytochrome C, C1, cytochrome A, A3. These are the different types of cytochromes which are present. Now, there is a cyclic reaction pathway that takes place in the case of electron transport chain. That cyclic reaction pathway is referred to as the Q cycle. Q cycle was being given by scientist Peter Michel, who is credited for giving the hypothesis that is referred to as chemoosmotic hypothesis. That is what we are studying. Chemoosmotic hypothesis states that the energy entrapped in the form of chemical bonds is being utilized for the biosynthesis of ATP molecule. जो एनर्जी केमिकल बॉन्ड्स की फॉर्म में बनती है या केमिकल्स की फॉर्म में ट्रैप हो जाती है, उसी से हम एटीपी को बनाते हैं. जैसा कि देखा गया है इन द केस ऑफ द साइटोक्रोम्स, that the energy which was that has been seen in the case of electron transport system. In the electron transport system, we have seen the energy of the electrons has been used in order to drive the protons. Now, without wasting the time, let us just go into the towards the Q cycle and understand this out. Okay. Now see the Q cycle, the ubiquinone or the coenzyme Q. This ubiquinone or coenzyme Q accept two protons, and when it accepts two protons and two electrons, then it is said to be the reduced ubiquinone. Okay. Now, when it is being reduced, it will transfer the two protons to the P site, that is the cytoplasmic surface, that is into the inner mitochondrial matrix, into the inner mitochondrial membrane. This side is referred to as IMM, inner mitochondrial membrane. Inner mitochondrial space लिख देते हैं, ठीक है. This would be referred to as inner mitochondrial space. This is inner mitochondrial matrix. ये है inner mitochondrial matrix. Okay, this is all IMM. So here the protons are being transported. How? Now see, there was a molecule which was referred to as ubiquinone. It has taken an electron from BH. It has been reduced, named as UQ negative. When this is going to be negative, this molecule is going to take, this molecule which has become negative is going to take two protons. Okay, it is going to take two protons and is going to get converted into UQH2, called as reduced ubiquinone. Called as reduced ubiquinone. Ubiquinone. When the ubiquinone get reduced, then its activity is being altered, and when this molecule get reduced, it will move towards the cytoplasmic phase where it will transfer the two protons. देखो यूबिक्विनोन कैसा है, यूबिक्विनोन ऐसा है, वो कहीं पे भी जा रहा होता है, उसे दो प्रोटॉन मिल जाते हैं तो बोलता है प्रोटॉन मैं तुम्हें कहीं छोड़ सकता हूं, और वो प्रोटॉन्स को यहां से उठा ले, मतलब उठा नहीं लेता यार, ले जाता है, वो ले जाता है यहाँ से दो प्रोटॉन्स को, और दो प्रोटॉन्स को यहाँ से यहाँ पर छोड़ाता है. कैसे छोड़ाता है? हाउ डज इट ट्रांसफर द प्रोटॉन्स फ्रॉम वन साइड टू द अदर? In what manner it is going to transport the protons from one place to the other? It is going to transport the protons from one place to the other by binding the protons to the N phase or towards the matrix of the mitochondria. It will bind the protons and it will get converted into UQH2. As it gets converted into UQH2, then this UQH2 is going to be transported to another site, the cytoplasmic phase, where it will transfer two protons. It will transfer an electron and will get converted into UQ negative. This UQ negative transfer its electron to the BL, which is also referred to as cytochrome B566, cytochrome B566, and BH, cytochrome B562. Here the electrons are being transported. The electrons are being transported again to the ubiquinon. It becomes negatively charged. When it will become negatively charged, it will absorb 2 protons. So ultimately, for every electron that is being transferred to the FeS, iron sulfur center, you can see there are 2 protons which are being transported. For every electron, there are 2 protons which are being transported. One electron being transported, 2 proton being transported. One electron moved back, and again, now it will accept 1 electron, and that 1 electron, when it will accept, it will get converted into UQH2. UQH2 will transport the protons and the electron, and ultimately will get converted into UQ negative, which will donate its electron to Bl, to BH, and will get converted into again UQ negative. ये रिएक्शन साइकिल चलती है. मैंने एक्सप्लेन करने की कोशिश की है आप लोगों के सामने. देखो बेटा, यूबिक्विनॉन जब ऑक्सीडाइज होता है तो वो सेंटर में रहता है, रिड्यूस हो जाता है तो वो साइटोप्लाज्म की तरफ चला जाता है, 2 प्रोटॉन को दे आता है और फिर से ऑक्सीडाइज हो जाता है और फिर से यहाँ से 2 प्रोटॉन्स को लेके ट्रांसपोर्ट कर देता है दूसरी तरफ. कैसे ट्रांसपोर्ट कर रहा है? जब ये रिड्यूस्ड हुआ है, सामने देखें, बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है, जब ये रिड्यूस हो गया है तो रिड्यूस होने के बाद में इट ऑलवेज मूव्स टुवर्ड्स द साइटोप्लाज्मिक फेस. The reduced ubiquinon always has a greater affinity for the cytoplasmic phase. It transfers the 2 protons, transfer the electron, partially get oxidized, fully get oxidized in the form of ubiquinon, and fully ubiquinon oxidized has the tendency to move towards mitochondria. This is the region for the oxidized ubiquinon. This is the region for the reduced ubiquinon. ये ऑक्सीडाइज होता है तो यहाँ चला जाता है, रिड्यूस होता है तो यहाँ पर चला जाता है और यहाँ पर होता है UbH2 और ये 2 प्रोटॉन्स को देके फिर से ऑक्सीडाइज हो जाता है, फिर एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को ले लेता है और एक ही इलेक्ट्रॉन को दोबारा से ले लेता है, आगे से किससे, कॉम्प्लेक्स 1 से या कॉम्प्लेक्स 2 से, और फिर से 2 प्रोटॉन्स को ट्रांसपोर्ट करता रहता है. So this entire pathway is referred to as the Q cycle. Now Shivangi, answering your question that you have answered, सर कॉम्प्लेक्स 2 क्यों नहीं वर्क करता है ऐसे? देखो, पहली बात, इलेक्ट्रॉन जो कि FeDH प्लस H पॉजिटिव से निकलता है उसके अंदर एनर्जी होती है कम. दूसरी बात, ऐसा कोई ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम बना नहीं है कॉम्प्लेक्स सेकंड के अंदर, क्योंकि दुनिया का कोई ऐसा ऑर्गेनिज्म नहीं है जिसके अंदर कॉम्प्लेक्स 1 एब्सेंट हो और केवल कॉम्प्लेक्स 2 प्रेजेंट हो. इसलिए कॉम्प्लेक्स 2 का एवोल्यूशन ज्यादा हो ही नहीं पाया, क्योंकि कॉम्प्लेक्स 1 का जो मैकेनिज्म था ना, वो सबसे प्रीडोमिनेंट मैकेनिज्म था. इसीलिए कॉम्प्लेक्स 2 किसी भी प्रोटॉन को ट्रांसपोर्ट नहीं करता है. Although everything that I have told you are just mere assumptions, there is no conclusive evidence which is present. So this is all referred to as the Q cycle. The Q cycle is all over. Should I continue with the complex 4, or can we have a word tomorrow about the complex 4? There is nothing new now. Okay, let me finish the complex 4 at least. The complex 4, the 2 electrons. Now here, cytochrome C is going to take 1 electron at a time. Then it will accumulate 2 electrons within its structure. Those 2 electrons will move to the cupricines, to the cytochrome A, to the cupricine B, and ultimately to the cytochrome A3. Here, the oxygen takes the 2 protons as well as the 2 electrons which are there and get reduced in the form of a water molecule. Now, when it is going to take the 2 protons here, then what is going to happen? In the meantime, in the process, 2 protons are also being translocated across the mitochondria, across the inner mitochondrial matrix. Now, how these protons are being transported? Again, the mechanism is still unknown. So their mechanism of the transport is still unknown for the complex 4 also. So just you can learn it out that there are 2 protons which are going to be transported, as this much is the amount of energy that is being left in the electrons. So NADH has transported 10 protons and FADH has been able to transport only 6 protons. With this, the class, I just conclude my class here. If you have any problem, you can ask me. किसी को और कुछ पूछना है तो वो पूछ सकता है. कुछ इनहिबिटर्स हैं जिन्हें अभी हम पढ़ने वाले हैं. We are going to talk about the inhibitors of the electron transport chain. The inhibitors that we are going to talk about could be effectively remembered by the term ASPA, R-ASPA. ओ सॉरी, मैं बहुत आगे निकल गया, जस्ट सॉरी, 250 पेज, just sorry, please sorry, I've moved a bit more far, it's not moving, sorry. So I should just conclude here, okay? We will be starting our topic tomorrow, and we will be talking about how the transport is going to take place and about the different inhibitors which are being involved in the case of electron transport system. That is rotenone, amobarbital, secobarbital, presidine, antimycin, 2-TTFA, carboxin, the cyanide, azide, that all the inhibitors we are going to talk tomorrow. Okay, just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. There is a problem. There is a question from one of our students. So Trishla wants this cycle to be explained again. Just a second. Just a second. Let me move to that particular page and explain the cycle to you. Okay. Thank you. If you have any problem, now you must always ask that this is the cycle that is not cleared. Please look here. I've lost that page number. Probably got it again. Okay, fine. Now I've got it. Now see, Trishla, please look here. Open your mic if you can, so that we can understand. Neetu, where is Neetu? हाँ नीतू, तुम कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछ रहे हो, बहुत बुरी बात है, तुम्हें पता नहीं क्यों डर लगता है. Trishla, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, Trishla. There is a mechanism that operates in the case of mitochondria cytochrome Q, also referred to as coenzyme Q, also referred to as ubiquinone. It is present in all organisms. That is why it has a name of ubiquinone. Now, how does the reaction is going to take place? See, where was ubiquinone present? Ubiquinone was present in between beta complex 1, complex 2, and complex 3. Okay.
Okay.
See, you have seen the structure now where it is present. See this is referred to as the Q, ubiquinone. See this ubiquinone. Ubiquinone is present between complex 1,
That's
complex
one.
2, and complex 3. So it is able to take the electrons from the complex 2, or it can take the electrons from complex 1 also. Okay. Now, whenever this molecule is going to take the electrons, this molecule get reduced and is then referred to as reduced ubiquinone, QH2. This is what happens when it uptakes the electron. When it is going to take the electron, it will get converted into QH2. This is referred to as reduced ubiquinone. Any doubt? Okay. Now, there are two different affinities of this ubiquinone. One in the reduced state, another in the oxidized state. इसकी दो अलग अलग affinities हैं. ठीक है. क्या क्या affinities हैं? एक reduced state की और एक oxidized state. जब ये reduced हो जाता है तो ये cytoplasmic phase पे चला जाता है, और जब ये oxidized हो जाता है तो ये mitochondria पे आ जाता है. Okay. So now when it has moved to the cytoplasmic surface and got converted into UQH2, where it liberates its 2 protons, okay, and the electrons are transported one at a time to the iron sulfur center. Okay. Hello.
Okay. Okay, sir.
But this molecule was having 2 electrons. इसके पास में तो 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन थे ना, तभी तो देखो अनचार्ज्ड है, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन है और 2 प्रोटॉन है, तो 2 प्रोटॉन तो चले गए, एक इलेक्ट्रॉन चला गया, तो बचे कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन? एक इलेक्ट्रॉन बचा ना, एक. So this molecule has a charge of UQ negative because of that one electron that it already had. Now that one electron it is going to transport to a molecule that is referred to as a cytochrome, which is referred to as Bl cytochrome, also referred to as cytochrome B566. Then the electrons will be transferred from the cytochrome B566 to cytochrome B562. This is how the electrons are going to be transferred from the Bl to BH. And again, the electrons are being transported from the BH to ubiquinone, converting into UQ negative. अब ये क्या हो गया? UQ negative हो गया. As it becomes UQ negative, then it at once takes 2 proton as well as 1 electron from the complex 1. ये देखो UQ negative हुआ है ना, UQ
Yes, sir.
negative will also take one electron from the complex one. अगली वाली रिएक्शन साइकिल जो चल रही होगी ना, उसमें से एक इलेक्ट्रॉन ले लेगा, दो प्रोटॉन ले लेगा, और फिर दोनों प्रोटॉन्स को ले जाएगा, कहां पर छोड़ देगा? साइटोप्लाज्मिक सरफेस में। तो ये पूरी रिएक्शन साइकिल में कर क्या रहा है? एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को ट्रांसपोर्ट करने के लिए ये दो प्रोटॉन्स को ट्रांसपोर्ट कर रहा है। तो टोटल इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कितने आते हैं? दो। तो टोटल प्रोटॉन्स कितना ट्रांसपोर्ट किए इसने? 4। दो इलेक्ट्रॉन के लिए 4 प्रोटॉन। क्या डाउट है
ओके,
Trishla, any doubt?
नो सर, कोई डाउट नहीं है।
Okay, are you able to understand this particular point?
यस सर।
Okay, नीतू कुछ पूछना है बेटा, पूछ ले। तुम नहीं पूछती हो, मुझे तुम्हारी टेंशन रहती है, कुछ भी नहीं पूछती हो आप। यस सर। सोरियो बेटा, पढ़ो प्लीज पढ़ो, NIIT जैम का भी पेपर आ चुका है, यू मस्ट वर्क हार्ड, ठीक है? ग्रुप में पूछ लिया करो, क्लास के बाद में फोन करके पूछ लिया करो। समझ में आया बेटा क्यू साइकिल क्या होती है? नीतू क्या नहीं समझ में आया?
तो थोड़ा थोड़ा आया।
ये थोड़ा थोड़ा ज्यादा ज्यादा कैसे होता है बेटा? You must read this. Okay, so I'm concluding the class here only, else it will become too long. So that's all for today. We'll meet tomorrow and we will be talking about all the different inhibitors: glutinone, amobarbital, secobarbital, presidine, antimycin, 2-TTFA, carboxyl, cyanide, azide, and the carbon monoxide. So those are the inhibitors that we will be talking tomorrow at the same time, and I'm going to meet you soon. Just after 15 minutes, you will have one or two messages from me in the group. Please have a reading of those. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Good night.